Hello everyone, SirMonkeySuit Azabi here, back again with Yowamushi Pedal. We're on episode 12 of season 1, and in the last episode we had the preliminaries for the Inter High. The third years went, but didn't invite the first years, even though they ended up turning up anyway, because they didn't want to give away their sort of ace in the hole. So, you know, the other students who are scouting there only believe that it's only them three, and that's all that's going to be participating. Of course, we know that's not going to be the case. I feel like at least Imazumi, Naruko, and Onoda are going to be there in the Inter High. I don't know if Sugimoto or Sakurai is, but you know, I don't really care. I don't really care about those characters anyway. I'll be honest, like Sugimoto's no offense to the voice actor. The voice bothers me a bit. Like I don't know what it is. Like it seems like very. I don't even know how to describe it. It's like it's not. It's like. There's not enough breath going on. Like it's not breathy. It's like very like I don't even know how to describe it. But you know, if you know, I guess you know. So yeah, preliminaries happened, and there's 2 months till the Inter High, and the crew are going out on a sort of training camp thing to do some training. So yeah, I don't think there's anything else to really talk about. We're just gonna get in episode 12, see what we get. So without further ado, let's go. Okay, episode 12, right, so they are heading to, or I guess, well, they're not heading to, they've made it, to Izu, so I don't know where actually that is. I mean, I'm going to assume it is an actual place, because they use things like Chiba in Tokyo and things, so it's got to be an actual place. And they've got like a specific cycling sports center as well, which looks really cool as well. So it's just designated to cycling. So yeah, they left Onoda in the middle of fucking of a road because he was car sick. I don't get the thing that Todokoro said about like but he likes climbing though. It's like it's a bit different in a car than it is on a bike. You know what I mean? So yeah, they left him up there, and that allowed for Manami to actually meet him when he was up there in the mountains. Which yeah, of course, I mean, I guess it makes all the sense in the world. Something that I guess happens in sports anime, because the same I said during the reaction, but it's the same thing with when Hinami met that kid from Nekoma, right? Where like they meet before like an actual competitive game, or even know about the other person and where they're from and what they, you know, who they're actually representing and stuff. So yeah, but he seems like a cool card. Very cool card. So yeah, the second year didn't go to the Inter High last year either. So that was just like a tiny seed. It's like very small, but I guess just making sure that the audience is aware that they didn't go there last year. So they mustn't have been up to scratch then. Even though them two went to, I'm guessing, the same, like to this training, you know, camp training thing. They went there last year, I'm assuming, but they, I guess, didn't meet the quota of 1,000 kilometers, so they didn't take them. So it must have been just. So this is the question that I asked end of last episode, right? About who was it that actually attended the Inter High last year, and it might have only been those three, but then I'm still thinking like who was above them. Like, was there anybody in the year above, like Kinjo and whatnot, like that was actually a part of this club? I don't know, because we haven't seen anything yet. I feel actually no, have we? No, I have, because when they went they were in episode 10 when Makishima was doing these like he's flashback to, like, you know, writing the things on the wall and stuff. I'm sure there was, right? So I don't know if they went, but yeah, I guess it does answer my question anyway, because then I'm thinking Kinjo, Todokoro, and Makishima were the only ones that attended last year's Inter High. Like they were like the lowest that attended. So I guess that the class above them did as well, but they were like the lowest. So there was no first years that went there last year. So yeah, so he wants them all to do 1,000 kilometers in 4 days. So yeah, that's tough. I don't know if it's 4 days or it's 5 days altogether, because the way he was saying it. I know he said it like at the beginning somewhere, didn't he? Where is it? It's here somewhere. Yeah, right. Yeah, so alright, so it's bike 1,000 kilometers in the next 4 days. So I'm guessing that counts this day as well that they've just done. Right. Well, that's a bit nuts then, because in that way then, a lot of them are already behind schedule, and because of fatigue, it's going to get harder as the days go on. So that's going to be tough. But they will get used to the bikes and stuff, I guess, at that point. Maybe change techniques. So yeah, they're removing all of the things that they essentially rely on for their specific like specialization in their cycling. So they removed the extra sort of handlebars on Narcos because he uses that to gain speed. Again, what he relies on. Take that away, it allows them to build up some training to the other, like to the things that he isn't so good at. Or giving him some kind of, trying to come up with a technique that maybe might be helpful, while not having like those things there. Again, with Izumi as well, he had his gear shifter removed, so he has to basically be on one gear the whole time. So yeah, that's tough. And then Onoda wasn't so easy to pick up on. So he basically changed the wheel over. It was an older and heavier one. I'm guessing because it was maybe because it was older, hasn't been used in a while or maintained. Might have had a bit of a, might have been beaten around a bit, So yeah, it's pretty much off balance the whole way. And with it just being heavier, I was trying to think like what the fuck could it have been, because I was looking at it and I was like, I don't know, like they had that whole idea with the seat thing, but that was more so with his mommy's bike, right? Because that one generally, an actual like the race bike and whatnot is kind of the bike frame's made so that the seat is already at a higher thing anyway, so. I was looking at the seat and I thought, nah, it can't be that. It's got nothing to do with the handlebars or anything like that. And I was like, well, the only thing it could be then is it has to be the wheels, because there would be literally nothing else. I was thinking that maybe it might have been like a slightly smaller wheel or something, or like something like that. But then I don't know, if it was just only slightly smaller, I'm not sure you would notice the difference. So yeah, it makes sense that it's a a heavier wheel. So yeah. So yeah, I like Makishima's like continued mentorship as well with Onoda. He's like kind of like got a soft spot for him, so he's always going to do it. And Makishima made a good point as well. It's like something that Onoda doesn't seem to pick up on these like little things and like by intuition, do it himself or figure out something himself, because it does seem like everything cycling related he has been told to do by somebody else, or like he has been given information by everyone else, and he follows that sort of rule of thumb. The only thing he hasn't really been told is the stuff that he's already natural at, which is his cadence and stuff, and his sort of technique with that. So yeah, I mean, it's I don't know if there's ever going to be a moment with Onoda where he kind of just figures something out and does it by himself. But he's still kind of new to cycling and stuff, so I can let him off on that one. And then the sort of the scores at the end. So interestingly enough, Todokoro actually got further than anybody else. I mean, that kind of takes away my whole idea of like Naruto being like having more stamina because Todokoro has just gone way further. So there's that. I mean, he went 280 kilometers. I'm surprised he did, and I'm wondering. I don't know. Maybe it was because I would normally be inclined to say that Kinjo was like holding back because he wanted to, you know, see what was going on with Onoda and stuff like that. But I don't know. I mean, it just surprised me. But then I'm thinking like, well, it's a training camp. Train. You know what I mean? Don't just hold back yourself because you want to see what how the others are doing. But I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe Kinjo did hold back. Because I kind of see Kinjo as, you know, he's like the all-rounder. Same reason why I thought that Imaizumi would win the welcoming race. Like they because they're similar. I kind of feel like he's like Kinjo would be able to, you know, go the furthest, but could have been just holding back. And then the other one was Sugimoto finishing before Imaizumi and Naruto, going the same amount. So that's crazy. They did mention that they did take off everything, like something for everyone, but they didn't mention specifically like what they did for Sugimoto. So I wonder if it's just a case of like, I don't know. You see Sugimoto because he's not like, he's almost like the side character, you know what I mean? And then you've got Sakura, who's like just the background whatever character, you know what I mean? Like, you know, Sugimoto doesn't fit in with the three amigos in a way, you know? He's kind of like the side character alongside them. And as a result, you don't get any information regarding him from Kinjo or the upperclassmen. You know, that like we never got any information on what he lost in his, like what they removed from his bike. So I don't know, because then I would give like, because depending on what the situation is, it either tells me that Sugimoto is all round good and doesn't rely on the things that the bike has, or he didn't get anything removed at all, in which case, you know, well, that makes sense, and it's no surprise that he would beat Imaizumi and Naruto then. So I don't know. It could be a case of like, it would be a bit harsh on Kinjo's part, but if he's thinking like, but he didn't remove anything from Sugimoto, then clearly he doesn't have any like. He doesn't have any preconceptions about Sugimoto. He doesn't think he's like, you know, he's all that good. I'm trying to think of the fucking word and I can't think of it. Because he thinks of Onoda as like a, you know, he's got potential. That's it, man. Fuck's sake, I don't know why I couldn't think of that. I don't know if he thinks that Sugimoto's got any potential. But we'll see. And then the end credit scene there. I'm sure that's DP'd. It's like, you know, I don't know if that's the actual term for it. I just know that there is a spray that you use on your muscles when like they're sore and whatnot, right? And the actual can has the word deep heat written on it, but I don't know if that's like the actual like, you know, it's a spray basically using on your muscles to sort of like, it allows them to sort of relax and stuff. I know there's a thing called DP, and I'm sure that's what they were using, but yeah, I don't know if the product itself is called Deep Heat or it's just the maker of the thing. I don't know, but yeah, that was it for episode 12. So yeah, that was really cool. I'm guessing this is going to go for like at least another 2 episodes, maybe. The training camp and whatnot. Could be 3. Could be 3. Who knows? Depends on what they're doing. But because they might have a Hot Springs episode, you know, that good stuff. But yeah, that is all for this episode. So thank you everyone for watching. In the description below, I have links to certain things. One of them is the Discord. If you want any information regarding my content, or you just want to come over and talk to me about the community, feel free to go over there. SirMonkeySuit.com, my website, all my content is over there. So you can go over there, become a member, access the forums and whatnot. and Patreon. So I do have a Patreon. If you don't want to support me, that'd be very much appreciated. There's a bunch of different tiers and rewards depending on how much you want to support me with. So there's the early access, $5 a month, gives you access to shows a week early, and you get 4 episodes of Hunter x Hunter every week instead of 2. So, you know, you get extra. So if you're interested in that, become an early access tier patron. Full length, that is the $10 a month, gives you access to my full length library. Everything I react to gets a full length. $15 a month, that is the exclusive tier, gives you access to a bonus show I'm currently reacting to, which is 7 Deadly Sins. So if you're interested in that, get yourself over there to watch that. Elite tier, that is the $50. Every time you pay $50, you get a choice of a show that you want me to react to, and I will react to it. It'll go to the back of the list by now with 7 shows. Might take me a while to get round to it, but I will do eventually. And if you don't want to wait that long, and you want your show to be reacted to next, and you want to get God tier, which is $100. But that is all. So thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.